on.
We'll sing the song, We Are the Leaves of One Tree, and then We Are the Waves of One Sea. Also, We Are the Stars of One Sky. And after that, we can make up different verses, and maybe if we can keep it going, then as people arrive, they'll enjoy the energy of the song, okay? So.
We are all the leaves
of one tree.
We are all the leaves of one tree. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all the leaves of one tree. We are all the waves of one sea. We are the waves of one sea. The time has come for all to live as one. We are the waves of one sea. We are all the stars on one sky. We are all the stars on one sky. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all the stars on one sky. Twinkling.
Notes of one song.
We are all the notes of one song. We are all the notes of one song. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all the notes of one song. We are all the fish. We are all the fish in one stream. We are all the fish in one stream. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all the fish in one sea.
We are all the cells
of one body. We are all the cells of one body. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all the cells of one body.
beats of one heart.
We are all the beats of one heart. We are all the beat of one heart. The time has come for all to live as one. We are all the beat of one heart. So I wanted to invite you to do something we made up during the pandemic. It's called eye hugging. Eye hugging. So if you're up to it, this is always optional, just look around and make eye contact with somebody and bow to them and look at them just for one breath and then bow to them again. And then at least do eye hugs with at least 3 people, preferably at least one that you don't know. So if you need some instructions, just look at someone near you, and after you bow, spend a moment breathing and looking into their eyes as an expression of community, and then bow again and Turn to another person. The pandemic has made hugging meditation very difficult. And do you remember Ty included hugging meditation in his repertoire of mindful communication. That all started with Dr. King. Thank you for practicing eye hugs. And we'll sing number 8, I Am a Cloud. If you'd like to join me. Rhonda, where are you? I need someone who can start it.
Okay, we can start it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am a cloud, I am a blue sky, I am a bird, spreading out his wings. I am a flower, I am a sunshine, I am the earth, receiving a seed, and I am free when my heart is open. Yes, I am free when my mind is clear. Oh, dear brother, oh, dear sister, let's talk together mindfully. One more time. I am a cloud.
Here
we open. Yes, I am free
when my mind is clear. Oh, dear brothers, oh, dear sisters, let's walk together joyfully.
So I just wanted to end this beginning here with, let's do Call Me By My True Names. So I'll start as best I can. Please call me by my true name. Call me by my true name. Please call me by my true name. Call me by my true names, so I can wake up, and the door of my heart will be left open, the door of compassion. So we'll sing it just one more time with the image of sending the merit that we've accumulated here for these 3 days together, that to bring peace and understanding to the suffering around us. So you may want to image whatever comes to your heart. Please call me by my true names. Please call me by my true names. Please call me by my true names. Call me by my true name, so I can wake up, so the door of my heart will be left open, used to have a strong memory of Sister Chung Kong singing that when we were practicing deep relaxation. So I hope I didn't put you to sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, David. I was in the back talking to Sister Lenny, said that is Sister Chung Kong's version. So you got it. So dear Sangha, at this time we'd like to invite our monastic brothers and sisters to please come up to offer a chant. Con xin mời quý thầy quý sư cô mình lên phía trên để mình tụng kinh. We have a note from a friend of ours. She is missing a woman's navy blue parka without hood. Last seen Friday afternoon, hanging in the tea room. Distinctive feature, decorative purple blotches reminiscent of tie-dye. So if you find this, please hang it. Brother, you found it?
It might be in Golden Lotus because there is a down jacket there that seems very familiar.
Okay, Nancy, you hear that? Golden Lotus. Okay, thank you very much, brother.
So dear Sangha, today we will chant We Are Truly Present and Ba Sự Quay Về bằng tiếng Việt and Three Refugees in Vietnamese.
Contemplations before chanting. The Sangha is invited to come back to our breathing so that our collective energy of mindfulness will bring us back together as an organism, going as a river with no more separation. Let the whole Sangha breathe as one body, chant as one body, listen as one body, and transcend the boundaries of a delusive self, liberating from the superiority complex, the inferiority complex, and the equality complex. Quảng niệm trước khi tụng kinh. Xin đại chúng trở về với hơi thở và để cho năng lượng chánh niệm tập thể đưa chúng ta về với nhau như một cơ thể, đi như một dòng sông, không còn cách biệt. Xin đại chúng tất cả đều thở như một cơ thể, xưởng tụng như một người, lắng nghe như một người và vượt thoát biên giới ngã chấp, phá bỏ mặc cảm, hơn người, thua người và bằng người.
With hearts established in mindfulness, we are truly present, for sitting and walking meditation, and for reciting the sutras. May this practice center with the for Sangha be supported by the rituals and holy means, well protected from great misfortunes and the three paths of suffering. May parents, teachers, friends, and all beings within the three realms be filled with the most divine grace, and may it be found out in the world. There is no place like one. May the winds be favorable, the rain seasonable, and the people's hearts at peace. May the practice of the noble community, diligent and steady, ascended and glory our stages with ease and energy. May the Sangha body live peacefully, fresh and full of joy, a refuge for all, offering happiness and insight. The wisdom of the awakened mind shines out like the full moon. The body of the awakened one is pure as clear as its source. In the world the awakened one, with bitterness and suffering. In every place the awakened mind, deal with love and compassion. Namo Shakya Buddhaya Buddhaya. Namo Shakya Buddhaya Buddhaya. Con về nương tựa Bụt, người đưa đường chỉ lối cho con trong cuộc đời. Nam mô Buddhaya. Con về nương tựa Pháp, con đường của tình thương và sự yêu biết.
Dear respected Sangha, dear respected Thai, dear Venerable and dear Sangha, now we will listen to three sound the bell and go back to our breathing. Dear respected Thai, dear Sangha, dear brother and sister on Zoom, today, April 30, 2022, we are in the Great Togetherness Meditation Hall for the OI retreat. Title is No Coming, No Going. Actually, I would like to share with you about the Four Noble Truths, the Eight Noble Paths, the Three Dharma Shields, but I think that you heard from Thai a lot already. So today, I would like to share with you about the memory about Thai. Last year, I have planned to go to Vietnam this year, this month, to visit Thai, because I hope that I can see Thai before he passed away. But earlier this year, suddenly we received Thai news that he's passed away. And this is very sudden for me. And my mind was empty. But I thought to myself that, Thai, why don't you wait for me to come back to see you before you leave this world? But I think that's who I am to ask Thai like that. When the condition is not sufficient, it's manifest. So when the condition is sufficient, they pass away. So after we received the news of Thai, some of us, myself and some brother, Venerable, we went to Vietnam with the monastics from the other three U.S. like Deer Park and Magnolia Grove. We went to Vietnam. Only 2 days after we see the news, and you know that we are very in a hurry because we want to attend Thai funeral, and we would like to be there for Thai cremation. So myself and Brother Phap Khoi and Venerable, the other brother and Sister Nghiêm, we had to arrange our trip, only 2 days. So you imagine that's a lot of things. We have to complete the work here. And I bought everything to prepare Lunar New Year, to welcome guests, welcome friends to visit my room. So I bought a lot of food and plant in my head, what I'm going to cook. But the new book from Thai, I have to put aside everything. And we flew from here to Los Angeles, and from Los to Deer Park, and we slept there one night, and from Los we flew to Vietnam. So when we arrived Vietnam at midnight in the Hill Temple, and even we were very tired, but we would like to come to pay our touching the earth, pay our worship to Thai funeral. So we all at the midnight, we all came to the Hill Root Temple to see Thai funeral in the Root Temple. So we all do touching the earth, and we walk, slow walking, meditation around the coffin 3 times. So when I took the walk 3 times, my emotion arrived very strongly, and I couldn't stop falling down. But suddenly, I heard Thai voice resound in me. Breathe, my dear. So I said, okay, breathe, my dear, now. My emotions again come up. And I look at my picture, and I start to calm down, and I breathe. And I take the slow walking. So at the same times, when I came back to my room and we took the rest, and I realized that what the memory about Thai arise in me. So when I was at the novice nun, I remember the first time when the first time I came out with Thai to Denmark for the retreat, for the Vietnamese retreat, and as a novice nun and Thai attendants. So I always follow Thai, and where he walk, I just walk behind him. It's like a baby cow walk behind the mommy. And but I always turn back, and he said, breathe, thở đi con, breathe, my dear, in Vietnamese. But you know that anytime I find the time to speak with him, because I like to talk a lot, I think this is my opportunity to be close to Thai and to ask him about Buddhism and talk so many things. And, but he very, silent, and so I couldn't ask. Anytime I want to talk, and he just said, breathe, my dear. Or he said, watch your step. He always remind me that. But for me, at beginning, the breathing, mindful breathing is not attracts me much. I came to Plum Village because as the young people, so I like the joyful playing of Plum Village more than the practice. But I know that most of young people now, they come to Plum Village like that. For me, I just came there and we gathering, singing and playing, talking, So I didn't notice much about mindful breathing. But he kept reminding me about this, and so after I live in the Sangha, and of course when you live in the Sangha, you will encounter many difficulties. because we came from many different backgrounds, different nationality and age. So I have conflict sometimes with my elder sister, and sometimes because my ego is still big in me, so I get easily emotion, and my practice up and down. And sometimes I felt that no one understood me. One day I was so angry and upset, and I couldn't stop my emotion, and I cried myself when I hit myself in the vegetable garden in Lower Hamlet. So I cried a lot because that day I did something, and then it come to Thầy, and Thầy came and Thầy said, my children, don't do that, or don't say that, So it make me, someone report to Thầy, talk bad about me. So I feel angry and I cry. But during the cry, and then I cry a lot, and suddenly I remember breathing. So I go back to breathing. And so when I go back to my breathing and aware my belly arise and falling, rising, like Thầy teaching about how to deal your emotion when the storm, and Thầy give a example about the tree. When the top of the storm wind come, the top of the tree is flowing with the wind, but the root of the tree is very solid. And the root in the tree is in your body is the belly, abdomen, Dang Diem. So I remember because the teaching slowly enter my body and my mind. So when is encounter difficulty, the teaching arise. So I practice. And I start to go back to my breathing and breathing, breathe out. And I felt very miracle. The first time I stopped my cry and my tears stopped falling. So I have begun understood Thầy, why he keeps reminded me, breathe my dear, thở đi con. Every time he met me, he reminded, thở đi con, breathe my dear. We translate in English is breathe my dear, but in Vietnamese, the thở đi con is very powerful, miracle, and can show the love of Thầy very much in his reminded, his voice. So, and what's your step? What's your step? It's the second practice they reminded me. But I think I also not aware about the mindful step. Usually I walk very fast, hurry in the kitchen during the work rotation work, and usually I'm very hurry. So when I try to mindful step, when I hurry and suddenly Thầy encounter me and he look at my foot, and I start to walk slower. In front of Thầy, he's like a mindfulness bell, but without him, we're not aware, and I walk very fast, hurry again, and so, and he always remind, what's your step, But I did not aware about this. So until one day when we went to Israel with Thầy for the retreat, only few brothers and sisters can go with Thầy that year. I think Marjorie, she also there in the group of lay people. And that year also the first time, Pritam Singh, a friend of our friend, he knew Thầy. So when we arrived to Israel, Jerusalem, for a few days, and we stayed there, and they said, "Oh, now they would like to visit Muslim temple and the mosque in the temple, because that mosque is very famous, and people said in the mosque it's beautiful. They build like heaven, and so the lay friend they talk a lot about the mosque. So we also enthusiastic, want to go there, and we asked, okay, we would like to go Thai, and they said, okay, ask the organize. And they organized the day to visit the mosque. So that day we went with Thai to the Muslim temple, and when we went inside the gate, and they told us, remember, we work in meditation. So we work, they said that they would like to work in meditation to blessing the land in the temple, because he said where he go, he would like to work in meditation so we can blessing the land of that country. So we on work in my meditation, and then they said now we sit down and do sitting meditation before we enter visit the mosque, while the lay friend, she going to arrange for us to go there, not in the queue life. But when we on sat down, suddenly 2 security guards came with the gun, and they shouted at us in Hebrew. They talk in Hebrew. And we didn't understood what he talking about. So Mike, he was the organizer, he translated that. The security guy asked us, what are you doing here? And they said that, translate to him, we asked, can we sit meditation? And but before that, they said before they talked to Brother Phap Nghiêm. He also went in that year with us to took out the bell, to invite, to sound the bell before sitting. And Brother Phap Nghiêm took the bell out and going to invite the bell, to sound the bell. But they said, can we invite the bell? He said, no, we not allow you to do that. And they said, can we sit in silence if you not allow us? And I said, no, you're not allowed to sit meditation. And then he talked into the phone with someone. And then he said that all of you had to leave here right away. And at the same time, he pointed the gun, 2 of them, to us. So some of us are were panicked, including myself. Before we went to Israel last year, we also aware about the war in Israel, about between Jews and Palestinians. And we heard that maybe something happened by the war and you may be killed or something. So I was so scared and worried, But I very calm, I noticed. He should notice that, he told us, okay, they not allow us to do everything. They asked us to leave, so we leave. And I silently stood up, and he walked slowly out of the temple, and we followed him. And the 2 men continued shouting at us in Hebrew. And I didn't know what he talking about. We didn't know what he shouted because we didn't understand Hebrew. But the translator said, he shouted at us because he wanted to walk quick, fast, but you walk too slow, you know. And I forgot to say that in the group, there's some journalists. They would like to report an action in Jerusalem. So they follow us. They went with us, the group of men and women. So one woman talked to the security guy, and she talked in Hebrew, and he calmed down and he let us walk silently out. So later on in the airport, we don't know what she talked to the man. That's why he didn't sound, and he let us walk in peacefully, you know. And the lady said, he asked why your leader walk too slowly, because I walk first, and we just follow him. So he told the leader, and the journalist lady said. She told us that he replied to the security guy, because he was 100 years old, so he could not walk fast. But during that year, I only 74 years old. So, but I was admired very much Thầy action and Thầy calm, you know, in the situation of danger with guns, shouting. For me, I think I will stand up and walk right away. Don't need to ask to sit or to do anything. But actually inside of me, I would like to visit the mosque very much, because I also curious what's inside there. So I felt a little bit disappointed not to visit the mosque in Jerusalem from the Muslim temple. But later on, we followed Thầy in the Israel country. We are on walk with Thầy in meditation. And this is the memory, the experience memory about Thầy I won't forget. So, sorry, I want to say that, I need to, okay. So later on, when Thầy continued to take us to the land to India, and Thầy told me that the land of Patraya and the land of Buddha, and went to China. Thầy said this is the land of Patraya, and Thầy said that we went to the land of Jesus. Now we went to the land of Buddha, and we visit the land of Patraya. But every land we went, we work in mindfulness, you know. So this is the way I learned from Thầy. Everywhere they went, even they walk in front of 1,000 people, but he also worked very calm and freedom and solidity. So since that, I start to practice walk slower in mindfulness, to aware of each step. I remember Sister Annabelle told me that, I would like to walk slow for all my life. I understood what she means. It's not mean you walk too slow, like 100-year-old people, but we work in mindfulness, in awareness, in solidity and freedom. So that's why every morning when I walk from my room to the meditation hall, I work in mindfulness. I enjoy my step on the earth, because I know that only that moment I'm really alive when I walk in mindfulness. So in the year 2014, I came back to Plum Village to attend the retreat of Cloud Never Die. So I remember when I went to say hello to Thầy when the first day I arrived, and Thầy looked at me and I knew that I am traveled very long way from Thailand to New Hamlet to France. So and he told me that sit down, children, and he asked his attendant to give him the orange. So he cut the orange and he offered me a piece of orange. And he asked his attendants that, what is this moment, my child, my children? And in Vietnamese, that's là giây phút này là giây phút gì về các con? So and the two attendants, they trigger and they said, this is the happy moment. When I heard that, I said, oh, I remember they teaching very well, because they always ask, what is this moment? And we always say, this is the happy moment. So I looked at my two younger sisters, I just smiled, but Thầy gave me a piece of orange. He said, this is the moment of love between the Thầy and his student. Đây là giây phút của tình thầy trò. So I heard that, and my younger sister said, wow. Because I never talked like that with his student. And I also felt very moved that Thầy said, this is the love between Thầy and his disciple. So when anytime, when we together, they always ask us, what is this moment? And we always said, this is the happy moment. So that means they would like to remind us that every moment is the happy moment, so we can enjoy the present moment, because only the moment is the moment we are really alive, and we are existing only the present moment. So why don't we enjoy the happy moment of our life? And so after Thầy cremation, I went to South Vietnam, Saigon, and I was exhausted because after we arrived from US, and you don't have time to rest. You attend on the ceremony of funeral ceremony and for cremation, and I don't have time to rest, and I felt very tired because the funeral, the ceremony, and the jet lag, and we don't have time to rest, But when I came to Saigon, and one of my sisters said, do you want to go to the beach to rest for a few days, and then you can continue your trip? And because we will stay for 49 days of Thầy. So I said, why not? Then it's luckily we have a lady friend. She got a house at the Long Hải Beach. And this house we have right next to the beach. So every morning we came out at the fan in front of the house, and we sit meditation, enjoy the sunrise. And so I felt that I recharge my energy from resting. And so when we sit meditation, enjoy the sunrise, there were a group of children, young people. We don't know where they came from, The group of them, many of them, they run to the sea, and they rush into the sea, and they swim, even though the wave, undulating wave, but they don't care. They just swim and laughing. So, and my late friend, she told me, because she came there many times, she told me that, oh, these people, the children, I asked what? You know where they came from? I said, where they come from? She said they were poor children who live in the landfill nearby, you know. And these children, they build a house in the landfill, and they pick the trash to nourish them every day. So they live there day and night, and they smell the stench of the trash, the rubbish. So that's why she told me that the first day when she met them, she saw the face white look so misery. She cannot explain to me how they look, but the face carry a lot of suffering. My lay friend told me that she find, and later on she found out that these children, they live in the landfills. But now they found the beach, so when they came to the beach, they found the happiness when they swim in the sea, you know, and that after that they come back to their life and live in the misery life. So this is, you know why I share with you this story? Because 2 weeks ago when I came to Washington, D.C. for the Nghiêm Temple retreat, for the Vietnamese temple, in Nghiêm Temple Vietnamese retreat at the weekend. And I met one young lady there, and she shared with me about her fear and her anxiety about war. And she shared with me about Ukraine war. She told me that every day she check on her iPhone the news about the Ukraine and Russia fighting, what is happened, what is going on, and what next. So every day she watched the news. If she could not see the news, she cannot stop the war in her, you know. And if she could not find, she had to find something to read the news, to know what's happened. And I told her that's why you too much worry and fear. You live in the country. Now is not the war not coming yet. It's security, and you live in the condition of a good condition. I think of the children in the landfill, but she could not find peace and happy in her life at the moment. So I think this is the story and the image of the two things is reminded me when they said that if we are the real practitioner, truly Buddha disciple, we need to know how to generate joy and happiness in the present moment. We know that war and suffering around us a lot. We, I think that we are the order interbeing. The order interbeing means the interbeing with many people around us. Order interbeing means, Thầy said, means you're not yourself alone. You interact with someone, something else. And I usually give a sample about the paper. When we look at the paper, we see the sun, the water, forest. But if we destroy the forest, we destroy the paper. We can. So I think like the war between Ukraine and Russia. The president of Russia fight Ukraine. He would like to destroy Ukraine country because he didn't learn the interbeing. He didn't know that if he destroy Ukraine, he will destroy his people, his country, and affect to the world. The world, we can see that today it affects to us, many of us, affect to our daily life. The gasoline is go up, the price, everything go up. And the world, the fear inside of us, a lot. So, but it's not mean when we acknowledge the suffering around, we cannot touch the happiness in the present moment. For example, this morning when I walk back to my room from sitting meditation, and I saw blue sky and I heard the bird singing, I can feel that today is a beautiful day. And the joy arises in me, the happiness arises in me, even though I know that I'm going to give the Dharma talk. The Dharma talk will give me a lot of nervous. My father told me this morning, did you take the medicine for your heart attack? Because I told him that my heart it beats very quick, very strong. So, what I would like to say. Okay, that's why I remember I said very much. If in the present moment, if we cannot touch the Pure Land here, how can we touch the Pure Land in the future? And of course, I don't want to repeat my teaching yesterday that the kingdom of God is now or never. It is true, right? Okay. And one memory I would like to share with you. Actually, I would like to share with you the memory with Thai. This is my precious memory because that is the time when I learned the art of mindful living, the art of loving from Thai teaching me. Anytime when I have a chance to live nearby him, I just learn what he teach me. He taught me how to live mindfully, how to live in happiness, how to love. In 2000, when I was in Green Mountain Dharma Center, and I also, every sister have a chance to take turn to be Thai attendant for one day. But last year I am also older already. But the sister, they practice equanimity very well. So they divide from older to the younger to be Thai attendant only one day. And the day I was Thai attendance in the early morning, we have to be in Thai room at 6 o'clock to make tea for him. And I remember that morning when I went into Thai room, he woke up already early. He made tea for him already. I came a little bit late, but he sat on the chair next to the window and he looked out the window. At 6 o'clock in the morning in Rimachan Dharma Center, the old Rimachan Dharma Center, they have the big view and the sky, the dark sky with the crescent moon and star, very beautiful and peaceful. And they said, came here, my child, have tea with me. So he made tea, I just poured the tea on the cup and gave me tea and gave him. So we sat in silence. And he put his hand on my head and he said, my child, what you look at the sky, is it beautiful? I said, yes, dear Sai, very beautiful. But suddenly he told me, my child, my child, do you know? Outside, there are many people who are suffering a lot. And so you should practice properly so later you can help people for their suffering. To be the pillar for their take refuge. And I sit in silence, didn't say any word. I just say, yes, dear Thầy. Yes, dear Thầy, I will do it. And then he didn't say any words. And after that, we just work meditation around the center. But I never forgot that morning because when I remember when Thầy and Thầy told me that my child, the end of this year, you will receive the 14 mindfulness training. And the 14 mindfulness training is the Bodhisattva vow. So when you ordain the ordering to be in the 14 mindfulness training, that means you enter the realms of Bodhisattva. So the Bodhisattva in Chinese is giác hữu tình. It means you awake yourself and you also awaken the other people. So when took the 14 mindfulness training, you are already in the realms of Bodhisattva. So that's why I love very much the 21-day retreat in Plum Village. When organized the 21-day retreat, Thầy organized 1 year, the eye of Buddha, the ear of Buddha, and then finally hand of Buddha. And and I felt the energy of the 21-day retreat very much different with the other retreat because I felt that many bodhisattvas around me. Now I can see in front of me the bodhisattvas who are sitting in front of me. So that's why I felt the different energy of the 21-day retreat or OI retreat. It's the retreat of the bodhisattva. You realize the bodhisattva vow. I like very much the first day when Mitchell Kratner talking about the eye in the hand. I mean the bodhisattva vow. When you do something, you do your hand, have the eyes in your hand. That means your compassion. Hand represent compassion and eyes represent wisdom or prajna. Yeah. So if we do something we have to do with compassion and wisdom, without wisdom, we need to question, is it compassion action or passion action? Loving kindness action or passion action? The same thing when we help the people. So I would like to bring another image of Bodhisattva. The image of the Bodhisattva of deep listening, of compassion, the Avalokitesvara. The Bodhisattva stand upon the wave. This means she not drown in the ocean wave, but she rescued the people from the ocean. When the people drown in the ocean, she rescued, but she not drowned. So how can we help the people, but we're not affected by the suffering because of we help the people suffering. So how can we can help the people? We listen to the deep, we practice deep listening, the suffering of the people, but we're not affected by listening of suffering of the people. that is the way for us to practice. And many people ask us why you here in Plum Village you have consultation, you listening the suffering of the people, but you are still fresh and happy and jumpy, you know, and look fresh. I said, oh, of course. We also are affected by listening suffering of people in the world. I remember the first time when I listened, when I just a young Bhikshuni, and in Plum Village, Thai and Siko Yankam, suddenly one day Siko came to me and said, Nghiêm, today you have to go to the group of people, listen to one person sharing about her suffering. I said, why? Why I have to go? And she said, because Thai would like you to go. And I said, no, but I don't understand English. Because in that year, my English not good, and she came from England. The English accent very difficult to understand, and you ask me to listen to her suffering. How can I listen? And she said, don't worry, that translates. Now I remember, and you know, I came, I said, okay, because this is I want. And when I want, you cannot say no. So I came to the group, and I surprised that not only me, some sister and brother also there. But I don't know who brother, maybe brother Pháp Ấn or Pháp Đăng, some brother. But when I listen from beginning to the end, I cannot bear it. Because the first time I heard the person who's so much suffering, she got abused, sexual abuse, she got violent abuse by her parents. She got so many suffering, and she keep talking, and I cannot hear. So I share with Sister Trần Không, and later she report to Thầy. So Thầy did, after that Thầy taught us. We need to generate our happiness, joy and happiness in our mind, store consciousness. You know, because if you plant the seeds of happiness, you watering the seeds of happiness. If you got enough full happiness, you can listen the suffering of no other. And then they also teach us about non-self, you know, about the emptiness, the true emptiness. So I think that I took long time to understand Thầy teaching. This is the way Brother Pháp Công said at beginning, the first day, how you eat out the silk worm, eat the mulberry and release the silk. So we learn the practice, we learn the teaching, but how we use the practice, how we digest it. So this is the way we digest in our daily life. Like when emotion arrive, we go back to our breathing. So this breathing can heal, can calm our emotion. Or if our suffering because of internal formation, because of the past, the trauma, the practice is something to help us to transform the trauma, the wound, suffering inside. So because of if we don't have the practice, we can be drowned in the sea of suffering. So the Bodhisattva, the Avalokitesvara, she stand upon the way. Is the image like she stand very stable, solidity. She not routed because she know how to keep herself overcome the difficulty, the suffering, to be solid And maybe we listen to one sound the bell. So I think that now we can look at the society. There's some violence because of fear, because of discrimination. So can we all intervene? We learn you are not yourself alone. Yeah, we can see that in us, the air, the water, food, people. So, and we cannot say, we learn that, we interact. We cannot say, this is your fault and this is his fault. Like yesterday, I talking about left and right. Yeah, when we would like to cut the left, we think that we destroy the left, we only have the right. But actually, we cut the left, the right, the left still there. Because the right there, so the left there. So, and we can see that many people think that coronavirus, it came from China, for example, from Asian. So they have violence. They would like to hate, to discriminate. So as other interbeing member, we have to act differently. We don't take side. We need to look things with the right view. Thầy said yesterday in his Dharma talk about right view, the Eight Noble Paths. When we look at the flower, we see the flower, what inside. So when we look at what's happened in the society now, we need to look with our right view. Right view and insight, right insight. We need to understood why. We need to understood why the coronavirus appear in this world, and now it slowly disappear. I remember just 2 years ago, I talked about the coronavirus in my talk in the end of the winter retreat, and that's just beginning. And now it's slowly the end. We know that another virus will come because life is, that is life. Yeah. So I hope that at the order intervene, we need to have the right view, the right insight, to see things very clear. With the practice of mindfulness, the right mindfulness, we need to know what is right, what is wrong. We don't take side. And of course, with our loving kindness and compassion, we cannot do everything. With love, I think we can overcome the difficulty. Love and compassion can help us to transform our discrimination deep down inside of our consciousness. And also they said that maybe that later. This sentence I would like to share with you, very important. This talk, they talked for the monastic, but I think also good for every one of us. They said that you have to rise up and like your own thought. Be your own sovereign and stand on your own 2 feet. Don't depend on others. Then you are worthy to be Thai's continuation. So we need to be stand on our 2 feet, our own 2 feet. Don't depend on others. And be your own sovereign and like your own thought. You know, when Thầy was alive, even while Thầy couldn't talk, so but sometimes when in our sangha, when we make something special, important decision, we came to ask him, and just with the represent for the sangha to ask him, like Sister Định Nghiêm or Sister Chân Thông or some Thai attendant. We asked him, and he cannot talk. He just shake her head. Yes, he agree. Like this, he not agree. That's when we still depend on him. When he was struck, he on struck, he still depend on him. But since he passed away, now we start to make decisions by our own. Of our elder brother and sister, the senior nun and monk of Plum Village. So we came together and we make the decision. We need to make decision by ourselves. And Thai also taught us that when we live in the Sangha eyes is the Buddha, the eyes of the Buddha. The wisdom of the Sangha is the wisdom of Buddha. So do not be yourself. Do not make decision by the one person. Yeah, we need to have the Sangha decision. So when I live with my sister, we have the meeting every week. Usually peace meeting to make decision many things. For example, to receive someone would like to come to stay with us. And do you want that person or something on? And you know, I remember in the past, I always contribute my idea at the beginning. I said, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. But then in the shining lights, my sister suggests that, can you, Sime, can you the last person to give your this idea so you can help us because you are the eldest person, you share and we cannot say yes or no. So I learned, now I learn, I will be the last person to share my opinion in the meeting. So I give space and time for my younger sister. Unless if they don't say anything, I said, oh, no one say. Can I permit to share? So the sister said, yes. But I felt that free, you are free. Because you are not just sell personal idea. Because usually we think that my idea is the best idea. And the other idea is not good. So, and you want, actually, and many elders, brothers and sisters think that we have more mature, we have more wisdom, but really not like that. I don't think so. My appearance, that some my younger brothers, younger sister, they got the wisdom idea, and I had to follow their idea. And when the decision is made, so the benefit for everyone to enjoy the good decision, the benefit for everyone. But if you said no, my idea is the best, Everyone have to follow my idea. Then something happened. You are the one to carry the burden. You know? So yesterday I share in my Dharma, sharing that if we live like that in the Sangha go up, you up. The Sangha go down, then you go down. But now I want to change. It's not like that. When the Sangha down, you have to up. You have to bring the Sangha up. We cannot, if the Sangha go down, we cannot let the Sangha go down. We need to bring the Sangha up. And they told me that my child, love your younger sister equally. Practice equanimity with your younger sister. Hãy thương đồng đều các em của con. He told me that because my tendency that I love someone is nice and like fair and be polite, respected. But if someone's stubborn, I don't like it. But since I learn from Thai, I notice in the Sangha, I learn. And I can see sometimes someone's stubborn, but if you know how to point the right thing, the right point on that person, she will give you a lot of sweetness, a juice, And this is really helpful. To live in the Sangha, to build a sisterhood and a brotherhood. We just aware, you just aware, care for your colleague, your member, your friend. She or he will feel happy enough. Like this morning, my sister, she make an avocado milkshake. She said to me, "You would like I make one for you?" I said, "Thank you," and I feel happy enough. And I felt that I got care from my sister. So in the Sangha building, sometimes we need to take good care of our member, our friend, our Sangha member. So this is the brotherhood and the sisterhood. And because, one day long time ago when I represent the sister, because in the past, I was close to Thai very much. Actually, I don't know why, but I felt easy to close to him to talk. But some younger sister, they feel scared or something. So they asked me to represent them to ask Thầy about the gift for him and for his birthday. And so one day I came and I hermitage and I asked him, what would you like, Thầy? And he said, I don't like everything. So I keep following him. I kept following him and said, Thầy, please tell me what do you want? What do you like? He turned to me and said, I don't like anything, my child. I don't like money. I don't like fame. I don't like to be famous. I said, no, I don't want you to ask you about that. I just want you to ask the real gift. He said, okay, I just want you and your sister love each other. If the brother and sister love each other, that is make me feel happy already. That is the gift for me. I don't want you to offer anything for me, any gift. And after that, we never asked him again. And the sister just aware what he needs in the hermitage and bought for him. But we never asked because we asked, he just answered that question. I just need you love each other. That is my gift for me. So I think also in this talk for the order interbeing, I also would like to share the wish of Thầy to you. I think Thầy didn't, because Andy, lay friend don't dare to come ask Thầy, what do you want, Thầy? Like me. But I think Thầy also want that you love each other, that is the gift for Thầy. You know, that is a big gift for him. And so I think that's, for me, no matter who we are, and we are Thai continuation. So, and we are the cell of the body Sangha, and we are the drop of water of Sangha. I think we should hold hands and walk together on the path of understanding and love. The path Thầy teaching us. And so if we work together, hold hands like that, we build the brotherhood and sisterhood, we can help others. Because if we walk on the path by ourselves alone, we will be in danger to give enough. I told you, my sister, that we can be evaporated. I usually said that you will be evaporated if you are a drop of water. But at the Sangha, we can go to the sea. We will arrive. So, and I think that at the Sangha body, we can make it. We can help society. And the question for you, for me, is how we maintain our practice. How can we maintain the order interbeing member Sangha, the core of the order interbeing? How we developing in the future? And how we deliver our love, our message, a message to the people. So this we can sharing more in the Dharma sharing. So after Thai cremation, now I would like to share one more thing, also very important. After Thai cremation, we on the monastic garden in the huge temple, and I remember all the brother and sister, everyone gathering there, and we divide Thai relic and ashes. And I remember Thai Sister Cheng Kong, we request, she is the eldest one to do it, but finally she's tired, and I was help her. I divide, and we have many yearn for many center. We have 3 center in U.S. We have Plum Village, we have Hong Kong, Thailand, Vietnam, and German, France. So you know that how many yearn and acts of Thai and relic of Thai we need to divide. So I hope Sister Cheng Kong to pick the spoon of the Thai ashes and the relic to put in the urn of each monastery, and each urn they put the name of on the urn, the monastery on the urn. So, and I remember I went turn to the blue clay. My spoon it come right the piece of marble stone. It's a bone like a marble stone, shining and white. It's very beautiful. And I thought in my mind, I will take this to wash it every day. So I put that very carefully in the urn of blue clay, you know. But after finish, and then the day when myself and Brother Popcorn came and to bring Thầy, to ask to put Thầy permission to bring the urn back to Blue Cliff. And so after we asked Thầy permission, we touching the earth, and we came out. And Brother Popcorn, he very nice. He said, ask Thầy permission, can we bring Thầy urn back to Blue Cliff? And I asked Thầy to protect us, to safety home. But when we went out, I told him, can I have a piece of This is, I just want to share with you that I can have a piece of marble stone of Thai relic. He said, why? I said, because I want to put in the small stupa. To put in the outer, in my outer room, small outer room, in my room. He said, why? I said, you worship Thai every day. And he looked at me like this. Chị, you want to imprison Thai in the small stupa? Thai need to be free. You know, Thai has to be free outside. Why you put Thai in the small stupa to worship? Thai wish, you know, I said, okay, I don't want you to fight with him. And then I just, because he kept that yarn and he is the one bring back, and I said to stay 49 days. But when I come back to my room, and when we listen to Thai letter, did you listen to Thai letter another day? Because you know that very well, the story of Thai stupa. One venerable nun want to build. You cannot find, there's nothing inside, and there is nothing outside, and you cannot, if someone asks, and then you only find me in every step and every breath. And the teaching and the practice help you to transform your suffering, help you to liberate it. No, not to liberate it, to heal and transform your suffering. That is my stupa. So I'm still very irritated that because he kept that yarn. So if I kept, maybe I can do it now. But later I said, no, I cannot doing that. How can I keep my body? You know, I think of the future. In the future, I will die. Even my body, I cannot keep. How can I keep a relic? You know. So after that come up in my mind, and I said, okay, let's go. And I think that tomorrow is a day, 100 day. We will scatter Thai ash and relic around Blue Cliff. But his body, his physical body, returned to the earth, the air, the fire, and his spirit body go over the world. He traveled a lot, traveled to Australia, Thailand, AIP, Hong Kong, France, United States, Mississippi, California, New York. His body travel everywhere. So I think, oh, let his body travel. But his spirit still here with us. You know, his spirit still inside of us. And this morning when I look at the sky, listen to the birds singing, I remember when I first met Thai, Thai said, when you look at the sky, what you see? I didn't know why he asked me. Why I look at the sky and what I see? I just see the sky. I told Thai, I only see the sky. And Thai said, that's it. You only see the sky. So that means you touch the present moment. Your mind in the present moment. And your body in the present moment. So I can see Thai in the sky, in the blue sky, in the birds singing, because Thai always like the birds singing very much. In his hermitage, there was a clock chime. Every time chime is different birds singing. So when I listen to birds singing, I think Thai is there. And so Thai Actually, they have not go anywhere. You know, he's still here with us, inside of us, in this step, in our breathing, in our step, in our action, in our thinking, in the brotherhood and sisterhood. So I hope that tomorrow will be the day we will be with Thầy in the daffodil flower, in the magnolia tree, in the moonlight, in the forest. We will be there with Thầy. Thầy liberates with us there. And like the title of No Coming, No Going, actually Thầy, like Thầy teaching, is no birth and no death, no after, no before, no going, no coming. Yeah, so They's still here with us. So now I would like every one of us to sing this song together, the song of No Coming, No Going. No coming, no going, no after, no before. I hold you close to me. I release you to be so free. Because I am in you and you are in me. Because I am in you and you are in me.
So, dear Sangha, when we hear the sound of the small bell, we'll stand